Hi, welcome to my channel. I hope you can hear me properly this time. I've been trying to fix this thing for quite some time. Now, what I'm after today, or what I'm going to do today, who has got piles of paper and it's unmanageable, you know, stuff you printed on, scrapbook paper that it's not very attractive, just bits and pieces. I've got box and box and box of this stuff. So what I did today, I've made some bundles. Yeah, what I'm trying to do is just figure out a way. So I've made a bundle of that size, and I made a bundle that's any size to get some pockets or whatever out of them. Tags or whatever it may be. You know, it's simple. It's actually truly simple. I'm just going to measure this page for a reference. And I'll use my ugliest piece of paper that I've got. Because it's a problem. Some of us might have some really ugly paper and we can go, no, we're not going to use this. There is no way, no. But honestly, you'd be surprised what you can do. I'm just trying to find the ugliest one. We'll say that one. Pretty ugly to me. All right. So, what I'm going to do, because I am going to do this, it's going to save on space. Instead of having a big box of it, like I cut this in no time. I cut these in no time. So I am just going to show you some little techniques that are going to help with journaling. So that is just need a little bit off. And what I'm going to make is a collage, simple. I love my music paper, especially old paper, and words, as you know, but I didn't bring words out, so they're not going on today. I am just basically showing you ways that I use my old book. This old book serves its purpose. I never waste old book. I think that will be better. So what I do, or what I'm going to do, I am going to use music. Sorry about that phone. So what we're going to do, we're going to ink around the edges. So I'm going to ink around the edges, and it might be a little slow. So what I'm going to do is make a chunk. So you won't have to ink this brown. So I'm going to trim it that way. Look, and possibly I won't be correcting size, but it doesn't matter. It still will get used in the journal by the time I finish doing stuff to it. So, we're going to collage that on it. We're going to get some paper. I just want to strip. So, oops, it's so frail. I'll cut this way. It is really, really foul paper. So again, I will ink. I think that one's a bit out of ink, that one. I use this ink all the time. I think it's burnt something, I don't know. I could be wrong. Hang on a minute, I'll tell you what it is. It's Gathered Twigs. And I like it for the fact it gives me such a good burnt looking effect to my papers. because I'm just really tired of all the scraps I've got. Absolutely tired of it. I am littered with scraps, and I don't know what to do with them. Well, I didn't, but now I do. I decided to have a clean up, and a couple of the groups were going about different things that they can do with stuff that's a little bit small and stuff like that. So I thought, oh, that sounds interesting. But I wanted to do something a little bit more, because to me that's ugly. To some it mightn't be, but to me it is, right? So what I do, I use PVA glue. It's just craft glue. It bonds wood, it does everything. What I do, it bonds even fabric, you name it. I'll eventually do a cover in fabric for the group. Now, I mix mine up like with a bit of water, because it collages beautifully and it just gives you that beautiful effect. So what I do, I just normally, I do the whole paper. I just love the effects of it. My last journal turned out so good, even on that digital paper. So I thought, oh, beautiful. So, brush it down. Oh, I don't know the page. So, that, a little bit some more. And you need to give this time to dry too. And like I said, I love the effects of the glue. It's just me. Another thing we can do to it. Oh, okay. Hang 10. I mean, hang a second. My bits of scraps. Oops. Which is cheesecloth, but I'm going to use this stuff. I sent this in the mail and I actually quite like it. It's, I don't know, it's got a nice texture. Oh, scissors, hang on, not prepared. Sorry about this, but I hope you hear what I say. I did try and fine tune the my internet, but whether it's done it or not, I don't know. I'm hoping it has, and I'm truly sorry, you know, for people that have been tuning in and not able to hear me. I still don't like the way I've cut this. I really just want a tad of it. I don't know, just a little bit to, you know, break it up a bit more. As you see, I've got a lot of glue. That's me. You don't need to use that much, just because I do. I'll do that. Might get a little bit of black. And this is just basically playing with something that you mightn't use, you know what I mean? It just sits there, it just takes up space, and it's a pain in the butt. And that's what I'm trying to get rid of, a pain in the butt, by just doing some decorations to my envelopes, or, my books. I think that might go too. We'll try it. And all it is, I'm just not doing it for this journal. I'm just doing this to show you what we can actually do. with our bits and pieces. Because it'd be horrifying to throw things out when you can use them. Oops, move over, and that should meet. And then let's just give it a bit of... Now I didn't bring the buttons out, and normally I would have put a couple of buttons, a word, which I should have somewhere. Again, what I'm doing. Sorry, I'm disorganised. I should have got more organised, but I didn't. I couldn't find the bird, but I found this ticket. Ah, dear. And you like to be organised and all that. Honestly, because I'm working away from my bench, because that's in a state, I am doing things on my dining table. And then that way, I can actually come here or the other table, 2 tables in here. One will be moved as hopefully tomorrow. So again, I ink. And really, really give it a burnt look, because that's what's going to make your page. So like I said, I normally use a word, but I haven't got a word, so we make do with what we got. And this is the beauty of junk journaling. We've got to learn the difference. I'm actually going to do it like that. That this is actually what we're doing, you know, when we play with junk. So that's that. I can actually give it a trim here. I don't know if it'll accept it, the trim, but anyway, we'll try it. So you can leave the bottom straight. Just circle. So that's one item. Okay, next thing. I'm not going to do a long video because some take ages. Here's all my little pieces. Again, there's some ugly ones, and I know I'm not going to use them. So what I do is I try and pick something that might go with me. And what I do with this is, again, I will go like that and go like that. Ink it well. And I'll do a similar thing to this other one I did. I just don't want that to get dirty. So I'm working on another journal. I work on a journal, then I start another. Like I might have 3 or 4 projects on the go. That's me. So, okay. So, that would be your tuck there. But I'll show you what we can do with it. Again, get your trusty friend, your pages. I just love my pages, and look, I'll keep using them and using them till it's layering. And the thing is with layering, you're utilising what you've got in your stash, and that's all I aim to do. Utilising what I've got and going with it, because at the end of the day, some of us are spending so much money when we've actually already got the supplies there. We just don't know actually what to do with it. And the thing is, sometimes we need to think outside the box, watch a bit of YouTube. We've got lots of lovely ladies out there in the junk journaling world that produce beautiful work, and some basically utilise their junk because they know their junk is actually gold and they can actually effectively work with it. So with this one, I was thinking the cheesecloth. So even the scraps of my cheesecloth, I don't throw it out because it comes in handy. So I'll just layer it there. And then I'll cut off the excess later. Again, I'll use my little swatch of fabric and I'll put it underneath the cheesecloth. Oops, not enough stuff. And did you know this PVA literally sticks buttons down? It is brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And I think a big bottle like that is about $6 something here. It's water soluble, so it's water based adhesive, and it really works. And like I said, I like the way it dries and gives you that nice sort of textured look. So because I haven't got a word, which is annoying, I'm just going to sort of cut around this and ink it. Because I've got to try not wasting. I don't know, I've gotten to the point where I'm wasting a lot of stuff, and this is what's made me change my ways a little and go back to basics really. Like I love my DigiKits, and some of these pockets will be going in DigiKits, so maybe it's good that I haven't got any words here, because I like to think with words I'm putting on there something that's appropriate. See how I just need a little bit of black to break that up. And I'll cut the cheesecloth at the end. I leave little daggy bits so I can pull them out later. So when it's dry, that's going to make a nice journaling tuck, and it'll basically go there. Okay, that one's done. Now, what else? A lot of us have problems not knowing to do with our circle punch. Circle punches are the greatest. I'm going to use that. So I'm hoping by the weekend my stash of papers will be reduced, all from cleaning up, because at the end of the day what's happening here is I am getting that much junk. I don't know what to do with it, and the thing is I've got to try and learn to think out of the box. So thinking out of the box might work. So again, I like to grab some cheesecloth. This is really cheap, so I normally dye up when I do my coffee dyeing. And like I said, I don't even waste that. There's bits and pieces in there. I'll split that up. And I've got to break up inside it because I'm not impressed with it. So I'm layering that first. See how it's already changed it? So it's already changed its look. Tiny bit of this type of lace there. So I might use a bit of that. See, this is the top I actually tore up. And the thing is, I've used it and used it and used it. And I've clustered it. And these, like I said, these will dry beautifully. It is just a simple, limited supplies technique. And again, I'll get my journal page and I can put it up here as my tuck. So I'll make another one using a different type of paper because, like I said, a lot of this stuff you can change it to any way you want. But it's paper that you probably won't use. It just sits there. And the thing is, we've got to learn to do things with them. Or we're wasting. I might use that one. It's ugly. So that can be burnt, but at least I salvage some of the paper. And look, cutting it to manageable sizes is really a simple, easy technique. Like I said, I've got a big box full and I'll be cutting it over the weekend and, or maybe on the Saturday. I've got my granddaughter's first birthday. So we're going out for dinner in the city, so we've got to go all the way to the city, and I don't really like going to the city, but it's really important that we celebrate her birthday. We lost Poppy a month ago, so it's really important that we celebrate the birth of her life. Well, I believe it is. So this time I put the cheesecloth down. So yeah, so we're going to the big city. It's about 2.5 hours away. Honestly, I hate it. The city is a pain in the butt. Again, I'm going to use a little piece of that. And I'm just layering. Just layering. I actually should have brought that down a bit more because I want to cover that up, some of it up. See, by the tomorrow, these will dry beautifully. And it gives the PVA actually gives paper strength. And that's the part we don't realise. It actually gives it lots of strength. And this is all from practicing with glues. And I just love the texture. Like what I did to my journal, this last one I made, I did a memoir, and the other one was London, and I really, really enjoyed. Whoops, my paper's gone. It's not far, but I'll get it. Oh, who has days where they're clumsy? I'm clumsy. Sometimes things don't want to work. So now I've created another circle. And it doesn't matter that that piece is hanging down. See, it doesn't look as good like that, but when I take photos after they're dried, you will be amazed at what a difference it actually makes. This one's another. Look, honestly, I've got ugliest paper. Strawberries. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to double that up. Because what happens, you don't really want really thin papers if you're making pockets. Like, I know I don't. But who wants to waste good paper when it can be utilised for something? And this is why I decided to do this kit now. There's two sides to this one, so it won't matter. So, okay. Oh, that nearly fell. Oops, sorry. I hope you can see. It just went down on me, but actually that's better. I can actually see what's going on myself. So again, I should have done that before the ink, but the way to clean it is, you know to use foil. Okay, what are we going to create with this? Again, my friend, the paper. But I think I need cheesecloth. Oh God, cheesecloth is your best friend. Absolutely your best friend. You know, and it's really well worth investing in it. See, I want to get rid of all that harshy colour. And I forgot to ink it. It doesn't matter. I'm a little bit tired. But anyway, you get that sometimes. So what I thought I'll do, because I want it to change its look. A little bit. And I've got these nifty little ACTs I thought I might use for this. Like I said, I'm not perfect, but what I try and do is give you options. In Inkwell, and what I want to do is snip this. Four sides. So, want a bit of print there as well. You know how you look at something and you think, oh, I need something else. Well, you know what? I keep adding till I'm happy. I've got to use some ink again. I'm forgetting what I was supposed to be doing. So, yeah, Inkwell, give them a little bit of a burnt edge. And I think I want to put that there. Hope you can see clearly what I'm doing. I want that over the words. Just a little bit. I haven't angled it right, so I want it more up. Now I'll get me a little bit of lace. I might use this black lace. It's honestly, I got a bag full of lace the other day for $4. I was really impressed. Look, it was a bit tatty and all that, but you know what? It's beautiful for when you need to layer clothes, my favourite thing. And everyone knows that. Clothes, get the scissors out, cut things. This doesn't look straight. That's better. Whoops. The lace didn't like me. It's all sticky and gooey, but it's okay. It still does the job, but I still will do what it tells us. It still will do what I want it to do. If I give it a bit more PVA. So now I re-ink. I'll just keep layering. I'll keep layering till I'm happy with my tuck, because that's what that's going to be, a tuck. There's a place for a word, so it makes me even happier. It is watered down, this glue, because it's very thick otherwise, and you don't want to work with thick consistency. So it's got a little bit of cheesecloth hanging out, and that's my tag, and it's disguised the horrible picture. So once this dries, again, it will look good. I might do one more middle pocket, and that's it for me. I'm just hoping I have been helpful, because this is what this is all about. This was an overprint on a DigiKit. I really overprinted too much, so I ended up with too much papers, and I don't like throwing it out. So I'll estimate that to be around that much off. Doesn't matter if it's, because when you glue these in, you just glue them in that way, and you tuck, or you can have it the reverse. But again, I am going to corner this. Sorry, I'm clumsy. And that's one thing I hate, being clumsy. Now, I'm going to do something different again, because this is how I don't chuck everything away. I'll show you something in a minute. I want a bit of cheesecloth, my trusty friend. Now this I'll just snip it any old how. So I really want that. Okay. Remember that circle I cut? Well, I kept the piece. And now, I'm going to utilise it for something else. And we really need a picture. But what I'm going to do, because I've got this, and like I said, it's been sitting there and I've done nothing with it. So, I'm going to cut this one. Tell you what, I like me cut it better, but anyway, we're going to use what I've got. Okie doke. And this is, like I said, utilising what we have. Journal page, because I want a bit more to the page. And like I said, nothing gets thrown. I always try and figure out another way of utilising what I've got. And I'm hoping this helps. Like, I'm not doing my greatest work, but I'm just giving you little pointers that might work for you. You know, there's heaps of papers that us junk journalists seem to collect, and it's not cut to size. So it's a pain to actually use it. You know what I mean? So this is why we try and come up with techniques that we actually can use that paper, because otherwise it just sits there, takes up room. So once I've got mine all cut, I will only have, oh, I should have inked that, but it doesn't matter. Ink later. Who inks later sometimes? Oh, that wasn't supposed to go first. Oh, right there. Gosh. It's late in the night. You've got to excuse me. Like I said, I'm just giving you pointers. I'm not telling you what to do. Just little ideas that might work for you. I'm going to come up with a better idea for my scraps. And now I want this to sit. Oh, the words aren't showing. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Everything else is, that's what counts. But this might take an hour to dry, because I actually soaked it right up. It might take that long, and it mightn't. Do you know what I mean? Once it's dry, I will fray the cheesecloth. There's my scissors. I'm not going to off any more of it till it's dry. Okay, so we'll pretend this paper is the journal page. It's a bit gooby, and we've created another tuck. So I've used a corner punch on both sides, but that will give you a really, really good tuck. And then you can fit a word in it if you want. So I've created that. That's semi-dry. I created that little tuck, or you can use it as a journaling card. There's another tuck there. Once that's dry and I've got a proper word, it will look much better. I created ACT coin. That will have a bit of bling later. And another ACT coin. So these are just simple techniques. I'm only giving you pointers. I didn't really give you much information how to my decorations mightn't suit you. The thing is, it's really important that we learn from each other. Like, I really love watching Gail, Tracy Fox, Lynn, Mary Lee, Gina, Terry Rankin. I love their YouTubes. I've been really watching them. Like I said, if you can get your stash cut up to those sizes, like you can go 4x4. And these ones can be anywhere from 4 to 7 or 4 by 6, because you want to make sure that if they're 4 by 6, they're going to fit your journal page. If they're a bit bigger, doesn't matter because you can cut it. So these are little pointers I was really wanting to give you. I mean, I created already a lot of these piles when my box is super empty. I think I've kept you talking long enough. I'm hoping to do a live at some stage. I'm still embarrassed and shy about it all, but I'd like to give it a go. See, I'm going to not give that away because, see, it's all changed the outlook. And that's why if I can clean up my messes, and like my strips, well, they can be used for my tabs. So I'm not chucking them out. Or for bookmarks. But tiny scraps. I mean, it's amazing what you can create from a tiny scrap on top of another scrap, on top of another scrap. Cheesecloth. Tear around it a little bit more. And your PAV glue, because it's amazing. It works like Mod Podge, but it's cheaper than Mod Podge. And honestly, it is superb to work with. I cannot fault the product. Yes, it takes that bit longer to dry, but who cares? But yeah, you see what I'm coming at? The more layers, the more effect your pages will have. Look, I hope I've helped with solving the issue of having too much bits of paper everywhere. That's the only way I know how to do it. It's cut it to size, and you can make it into, like I said, next will be the lace box. Make it into pockets, tucks, even with your digital kits. You can still use that. You know what I mean? Like, there's no harm. Use Word, whatever, that is to whatever the journal you're doing. Because as junk journalists, we've got to think outside the box in the sense that, hang on a minute, it's really reasonable to buy digital kits, really cheap actually. But when you've got all this scrap lying around and we're not using it, right, when we actually can utilise it with our digital kits that we buy, and plus I've got digital kits there that I'm going to cut up to little squares and whatnot, and again I'll layer on them because I don't always use everything. So look, thanks for watching my YouTube and subscribing. Once I reach 300, I will do a draw for a journal. So please subscribe. Only subscribe if you want to. I'm not pushy. Look, at the end of the day, always put your brush in water and seal your PVA glue. I always use my multi-medium tub, so I save my tubs as well. Yeah, so tune in. I will try and come in as much as possible and do tutorials. Hopefully that you can hear me, because I know some of you are having a problem. A lot of it's to do with the devices, because I did Google it, and in Google it told me what to actually do to fix up a few settings that I didn't know about for YouTube. So hopefully I've done that. So thank you, and see you next time. Bye.